For a long time, racing games were at the forefront of graphical prowess. Arcade titles such as Pole Position and Winning Run pioneered sprite scaling and 3D polygonal graphics respectively, while home console games such as F-Zero and Hang-On showed off the power of their respective systems. Released in 1980, auto racing on the Intellivision was no different, receiving praise at launch for its high amount of detail and realism compared to other home console games of the time. This reception was always going to be somewhat of a given, however, with its closest competition being Indy 500 for the Atari VCS. By this point, the Atari launch title was already showing its age with simplistic gameplay and archaic graphics looking dated even when compared to other games on its own system. Despite this, it's important not to discount what auto racing brought to the table. The most obvious improvement when compared to Indy 500 is the graphics, with the game featuring scrolling backgrounds and detailed environments. Auto racing also takes advantage of the Intellivision's controller in order to enhance the realism, allowing you to steer at different amounts by pressing on different parts of the control disc. There's 5 different cars and tracks to choose from here, each with increasing difficulty. Although it doesn't seem like a lot today, having a choice between multiple cars with differing statistics was revolutionary at the time. While Indy 500 did something similar with the difficulty switches on the Atari VCS, these only affected the speed of your car, whereas the cars in auto racing all come with their own unique characteristics. However, although auto racing was innovative for the time, it hasn't aged all that well. There's a myriad of issues that severely impact the experience here, and the first of these is found when trying to start the game itself. So, I've selected my car, I've selected my track, and I'm going to hit enter to confirm my selection. Do you see that nothing is happening? In order to start the game, you not only need to hit enter on your controller, but hit enter on the second controller as well. However, while starting the game is an annoyance, it's far from a deal breaker overall, as that honor goes to the controls. Remember how I mentioned that auto racing features variable steering? Well, here's how it works. Right. Left! The amount that you steer is determined by where you press vertically on the control pad. Pressing the upper right or upper left corner will make you turn slowly, whereas the further down you press, the sharper you turn, which means that the inputs for hard right and hard left are right next to each other. However, what really exacerbates the steering issue and pushes things over the edge is the control pad itself. Not only does the Intellivision's control pad function as a directional input, but it also doubles as a button as well. Without a rigid base, it becomes easy to unintentionally perform sharp turns in the wrong direction, which gets so bad in some of the tighter tracks that it makes the game virtually unplayable. It's disappointing, as auto racing is a game I wanted to like. The graphics were incredible for the time, and it pioneered gameplay mechanics such as variable steering, which are standard today, albeit in a much more refined form with analog sticks. Unfortunately, it just amounts to an overcomplicated mess that only the most devoted Intellivision fans would find any sort of interest in. Holy shit, I think I'm the target audience for this. That can't be right.